Cool.
Ready when you are.
Hi, I'm Francis, and welcome to Acquire Simplicity. Today, we have a very special guest on the show. A loving husband, a proud father, a host of his own podcast, an accountability partner, soon to be coach, and a very creative entrepreneur living in London, the UK. He is driven by human achievement and serving others, and dives deep into his passion of building others' mindsets to become successful in their life. He shares ideas on these topics by broadcasting inspiring conversations through a global powerhouse network of entrepreneurs he brings on his podcast, which specializes in something that's very dear to his heart: helping people in diaspora. By daily focusing his time and energy into helping people enrich their lives, this has been and is his purpose. This is his passion. As he says, I am passionate about serving. It's a pleasure for me to have him on my show. Please help me welcome my friend, VicorOscioh. Hi, Victor.
Yeah, hi, Francis. Thank you very much for that wonderful intro. That's so kind of you.
My pleasure. How's everything?
Yeah, not bad. Given the current crisis or current situation that we are, everything is looking good.
Good. How's the family and everything in the UK? Everything's fine?
Yeah, family is well. We just we just finished homeschooling right now, so everything is going on perfect.
I know you're very strict on education.
Yes, I I try because it's easy to just coast this period because of there's no educational structure that's going on outside. So even with that one, we still need to be strict and make sure that the kids or even ourselves, we follow the path of constant learning, constant learning. So there's time for everything.
Excellent. Yes. And that's also another way to be accountable, holding them accountable, right?
Of course, because I spoke to one of our close acquaintances some weeks ago when this whole crisis started. How do you make kids to be more accountable? Because now the sense of timing does not really matter anymore. So we had to do this old-fashioned timetable thing.
Yeah.
Whereby we just do timetable. Okay, by 9 o'clock this happens. So we just every day since then we've been holding ourselves and the kids accountable, like the timetable thing.
That's a good practice, a very good practice and a good habit to get in. And Victor, I want to dive right into it. Entrepreneurship is really something you have a very strong passion about. And I see it sparks a lot of creativity in you. And I want to ask you, how did you get started in entrepreneurship?
Oh, if I say how did I get started, I was born to this. I was born to entrepreneurship because my dad, I'm originally from Nigeria, in Africa. So my dad has a rubber processing plant, like a factory, employs hundreds of people, while my mom has a store that she sells drinks, she sells flowers, she sells cement. So between my dad and my mom, I am in between. That is the whole lifestyle that I know until I came to England and came for studying. And after that, I started realizing that, wait, this is not how it is supposed to be for everyone. Most of us can get good jobs, high paying jobs. But what about if you want to do what Bob next door is doing? Because Bob has his own shop. Bob has his own van. Bob has his own internet cafe. Bob has his own teaching facility. So why can't I do that? Why can't I go buy and sell something? So, but that has been the instinct that has been in me, that I have been I pressed it for a long time because of the environment that I am, my schooling, my education, and but it got to a time I was not really, really, really finding it that it wasn't aligning with who I really am, because I like freedom. I like freedom. I like to be more financially confident. I don't want to take permission when I like going on holidays. I like to travel. So I don't want to give 1 month in advance notice that, oh, I'm going this way or I'm going that way, or I need to take my family to this part of the world, or I need to travel. No, I don't want to do that. So I want to be more financially confident to just like get up and go and be able to like earn while I'm abroad or while I'm anywhere in the world. So that is where this it actually started. Like, I wouldn't say I was born into it. I can't put a date or a time that I was, because even way back then when I was in my mom's shop during Christmas, if I wanted an extra pair of sandals or sneakers, I would have to like start selling, get her to like give me some drinks that I would take to maybe construction site or inside the market to like, but I'll get a commission from whatever I sell. So, and I'll add my own what's it called, ice blocks, because Nigeria is very hot. Yeah. So I add my own blocks to it. So when I sell that on the side as well. So at the end of the day, I make 1 or 2 markups on it, and I get myself whatever I want. So with what they are supposed to give to me during Christmas. So
excellent.
That is part of my story.
Wow, that's excellent. That's interesting. Both your parents were business oriented already in Nigeria. That's amazing. Amazing. Victor, how do you tap into your creativity as an entrepreneur? How do you consistently do that? Because I've noticed that you're consistently developing products and you're consistently posting on your podcast all these new ideas. Some of them are new ideas that you dive deeper into. How do you consistently tap into your creativity?
Yeah, one thing was, one of my weakness was shining object syndrome. When I see something, oh, that would be nice. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, this would be nice. Oh, this would be nice. So I didn't know it was my weakness until lately, because I wasn't so focused on doing one particular stuff. I was just everywhere. So, but to get to your question, that was like root, because I'm doing my program right now. I had to like do a personality test. Yeah, so there's this website, you go and you do your personality. So I found out that, you know what, I'm more of a protagonist. Like I see big pictures, you get, and I'm more of a right brain thinker. You get, so I'm more creative. But when it comes to the details, I'm not really that good with details. Like I need to plan every I's or T's or no. But seeing the big picture, yes. Ooh, less business development, yes. I'm a project manager certified, PM Prince 2. I'm a business analyst certified, and I wouldn't say it comes natural, because it's something that I need to like actually go deeper and deeper and deeper. It's a skill that I've managed to like, instead of focusing, instead of being distracted with shiny stuff, now I'm able to like, calm down, bring all those creativity and just focus on this. So the more you focus on something, the more there's energy there, and you start seeing different parts, like it's like an onion. So the more you peel it and you start seeing different aspects, and oh, this would be nice, this would be nice. But after 1, 2, 3, you check yourself and say, I'll check myself and say, okay, calm down. Are all these things in line with what you're actually doing? If it's yes, then I keep going. But if it's no, okay. Even though it hurts me a lot to just let it go, I'll try my best to just like blank it out and just let it go. So I try as much as possible to tap into my creative side and just keep, and most of the time it burns out of who I'm actually serving. Okay, because I want people that I'm serving to be more free, to be more financially confident, like I am aspiring to be. I want them to have more freedom with their family, because when you work 9 to 5 and 5 to 9, you work some crazy shift. There's no time for you. There's no time to spend with your family. So I want them to be able to spend time with their family, for them to be able to like have good time out. So by being creative to help my audience to like, oh, you know what, you can actually turn this into something else that you can leverage on to like support your business. So instead of you taking an extra shift at work, you can actually do this to supplement. So all these 7 and 7 are looking more into what my audience are looking for. I try to come up with more creative solutions to how they can actually do that.
Excellent, excellent. And that's a very important point, Victor. You said you peel the onion and you get to the different layers. And then after you get to a few layers, you have to check if it's congruent with your message and your purpose. That's really good. And I find that really also challenging for a lot of people, because when they get into that shiny object syndrome, it's easily to get distracted from your purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
and it is a thin line as well. It's a very thin line.
Yes, it is.
Before you cross it, you don't even know that you've crossed it, and you just keep going on a rabbit hole and a rabbit hole, and it's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Going on that rabbit hole. So that's one of the things with my personality test that I did. These are one of my weaknesses. When I see a new idea, a new concept, I would like, wow, okay, what can we do now? Let's dive into this and start like digging it. I find that 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 week is gone. What have you been doing? Is this congruent? I was, oh no, man, tough.
Yeah.
This is not for me. It doesn't follow what I'm doing right now. So you see, I've wasted 1 week.
Yeah.
Or I've learned not to do that again.
Yes.
So I try to catch myself these days when I'm seeing something shiny.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good point. You know, Victor, you are a true giver and a real team player. And I really mean that sincerely. I do follow you on social media. I see the content you create, and I see the team that you really create globally and digitally. And I want to ask you, where do these values come from of being a giver and a real team player? Are you naturally just a people person? Were these values taught to you by your parents?
I would say yes, and maybe somehow in between.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm from a very large family.
Yes.
You get, so my dad, my family is like a small village. You get, maybe you've heard me say in 1 or 2 interviews. Well, I'm from a family of, between my dad and I'm from a polygamous family.
Okay.
So my dad has like 12 wives.
Yes.
So we're about 51 kids. Yeah, so 51 kids, and it is natural that we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 of us to be in the same class.
Yeah.
You get, all in the same school.
Yes.
So we kind of look out for each other.
Yeah.
So, and we eat on the same table. Just so those are the kind of values that I have, that you can't succeed alone. You can't do this alone. Even though you are starting, you have so much to give as well. So you can't succeed alone. You can't win alone. Because if you're winning alone in your circle, that means there's something really, really wrong with you, in my opinion. Because there's this African thing called Ubuntu. If we all win, then I win. We all must win. We all have to win together. So there's nobody being left behind. So we try as much as possible to just make sure that within our family, that we kind of hold everybody together and push forward right from a very small age. So we go home together, we come back together, we sleep together, we eat together, we laugh together, we just like share happy moments together. If we are doing a birthday party in our house, we don't need to invite anyone. We are so contented to just be happy with ourselves. So giving has been something that it wasn't even really a thing to me until I started hanging out in some circles in the United Kingdom, and they were talking about giving. But I said, man, this is something that is natural to me, or to us. So why should that be an issue of giving back? So giving back, I like sharing information, and I've shared information that even I tried to be a consultant some time ago about sourcing products. So I have businesses and friends that will come to me and, oh, can you look for so and so for me? Can you look for so and so for me? Yeah, I know where to go. I'll just check the internet and bring registries and I'll find it and I'll give it to them. And I realized that, or they made me to realize that, do you know you can make money from this? I said, oh, money, how? You get? So that is how giving ignorantly I have been. So, and it's still like, because I was thinking giving should be just giving without having an ulterior motive or an agenda to it. You get? So it's an inbred thing, I think. And seeing my mom, seeing my dad, if I still during this crisis, if I still like send money back home to my mom, she still gives out from that. So I'm like, oi, you are the one just telling me that you need this. How come you are giving this out? You get? So I think it is an inbred thing, and I've been taught by my parents and by my family.
Yes. And it really shows, honestly, it really shows just how big of a heart you have. And I noticed that with people actually in our network that have spoken about you, and you give without any expectation, and it's amazing. I can see that you really enjoy it, whether it's creating videos to share with people to help them at your own personal time. And it's just it's an amazing thing. And I just wanted to point it out that a lot of us are very grateful for you. So thank you so much, Victor, for being a giver, a true giver and a team player.
Thank you.
You know, I wanted to touch up on another point. You really have a deep-hearted interest in the messages and the inspiring conversations you share in your podcast. How did you become so passionate about the space of helping others in diaspora?
Because most of the reasons, I just realized that most people, they have the intelligence, they have the hustle, they have the skill, but they don't have the right information. You get? And as a diaspora living in London, the mainstream media does not carry the type of conversation that I'm interested in that will better my life. So if I turn on BBC now, the news will not be relevant to me. If I go on CNN, it won't be Sky. It's not relevant to my own upliftment. So I find that most of the time we started going to text messaging and start calling each other like, oh, have you, this work is going on here, this contract is happening here, so it now became a personal networking thing. So because this mainstream does not really cover it, so I decided on my own to like, you know what, if there is a group of diasporans who want to become more entrepreneurial about their skills, about their resources, what kind of questions would they be asking about? So I joined that what's it called? The conversation in their mind, because I am one of them. I want to improve my success in life. I want to improve the quality time, the more time I spend with my family. I want to improve my business. So why not? So when I bring this guest to my podcast, number one is to answer some personal questions that I've been thinking about. Okay, because I am like the main avatar of my own podcast, because I know that there are so many of me out there who wants to hear the same answers, who wants to get the same strategies. So when I bring these experts who are high achievers or who are recovering high achievers, when they start talking about strategies that they've used to actually achieve different type of road goals and milestones, I'm like, okay. So it is very, very interesting to me to start with, because I'm genuinely interested in what they are saying. I'm genuinely interested in the person that I'm interviewing, because I want to like know everything that they can offer me within that short period of time. So I go straight to the heart of the matter without going left or going right. So I just want to like grab as much as possible, because they've allowed themselves to share. And I find that we humans, we are very good people. Human beings are very good people. We want to share. We want to share. Whatever success that we have, we want to share. Not in a braggadocious way, but we like to share what we've learned, what is working for us, and what is not working for us. We like to give free advice. Yes. So it's just for you to know how to ask the right questions and get the right strategy, or what you actually want. At the end of the day, I want to learn how to cope during this time. So I ask questions on how to cope during this time, regards or from the perspective of an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's my mindset going into most of the conversations that I have.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Wow, that's great. Victor, you also bring up a very important thing and a very interesting concept, and it's actually a 4-step accountability process. You're extremely into accountability. And the 4-step process is identification, gap analysis, reverse engineering, and responsibility. Can you talk a little bit about accountability and the 4-step process?
Yeah, Francis, accountability is key to whatever we're doing.
Yes.
So accountability has made me to recognize my roadblocks, my resistance, and it has set me on a path that I know that will lead to my ultimate desire, which is freedom. So the 4-step process will be, it is to identify, to do your gap analysis, to reverse engineer, and to be responsible. Yes. So when I talk about the first one will be on identification, is actually acknowledge where you are right now. So when you acknowledge where you are, then it makes things so simple. Make peace. Whatever you're doing, just make peace. Acknowledge and make peace with yourself where you are, because there's no point fighting yesterday. You get, and there's no point being worried about tomorrow, because none of them is existing right now. What you can actually feel is right now. It is this moment, this present time that we are having this conversation right now. Acknowledge where you are and get your ego out of the way, because your ego wants to tell you about yesterday and wants to tell you about tomorrow. So just get out of the way. Stay neutral. You get. So and number 2 is doing a gap analysis, where knowing where you want to be, knowing what you want. Yes. It's the number 1 step of doing your own gap analysis. What do you want? Okay, number 1, this is where I am right now, and I accept this. I've made peace with this. In neutral. Number 2, do your gap analysis. What do I want? You get. And that comes with clarity. So it is not what you can do overnight, but if you are into praying, if you're into meditation, if you're into those kind of yoga stuff, you can into the mindset and all those kind of mindfulness stuff, do that and get more clarity on where you want to be. Know what you want. It is a journey. It is a skill that you can learn on the journey, and people but don't waste time doing that. Again, because you can keep on refining what you want, be more clear every day. So, but don't waste your time. Know that it's a journey, but just write something down. This is what I want. This is what I want to. This is where I want to go, and just be clear about it. 1 sentence, 2 sentences, 3 sentences maximum. You get. Then, one very important thing on gap analysis is to recognize your roadblocks.
Yes.
Recognize your roadblocks because if you know what you want and be clear about it, you should be honest with yourself about your roadblocks. Again, one of my roadblocks is very funny. It is Netflix TV. Come on. Yeah, it is a series. When I go on the series and I just binge, again, my mind will be telling me, man, Victor, you have lots of things to do. Move, but nah. I just sit down and just like, and I pay for it by not sleeping on time, because I will be so pissed off in the morning if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So I will try as much as possible to do what I'm supposed to do, even though I have finished binge watching Netflix for a long time. And I'm like, oh, do you know you're supposed to be doing this right now? Okay, I'll just put it on the side. And after satisfying myself, I come back, I'm like, okay, yeah, you know you're crazy, right? Yeah. Then I'll turn everything off and just focus on what I'm supposed to do. But that is my weakness. So you have to like actually recognize your roadblocks, your resistance. Definitely, you have to.
Yes.
I don't like I don't like details. You get, so there's no point for me writing copies or writing stuff. You get, so I mostly just talk about them, then I transcribe it. But if you say start writing about, I know that is one of my weaknesses. So I will just keep on stalling and pushing it backwards. So I won't even touch it. So that is one of my what's it called? My resistance, or that's one of my weaknesses. So you have to recognize those roadblocks and be honest with yourself.
Yes.
So now when you are clear on what you actually want, so this is where you do your reverse engineering. So now this is the goal setting process now. So if you say in the next 90 days, I want to lose, say, 10 pounds. So I want to lose 100 pounds when it comes to your fitness level. Or you say in the next 90 days, I want to I have a client which on my accountability program, whereby she is like a psychotherapist, but because of this lockdown, what she wanted was to like, she couldn't see anyone on a one-to-one basis on her office. So now she needs to like switch and transform her business online.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, and at first she was feeling overwhelmed, but when I walked her through this process, because there's nothing she can do about COVID.
Yeah.
You get, so she just need to like recognize that, like acknowledge where she has made peace with it, and okay, what's the next move forward? We did the gap, and okay, I want to start doing my workshops online. Great. So what are the hindrances? What are the roadblocks? Okay, the roadblocks are A, B, C, this. The tech issues, the copies, the adverts. Okay, that's cool. We like arrange those. Now we did when we come to this. Now we have to do that. We have to do the reverse engineering.
Yes.
Yeah. So because we are not clear of what we want, now we set a target. Now, how long? When would you like to do this? In the next 60 days, in the next 30 days, or in the next 90 days? What do we need in the next 90 days to achieve this goal? So we had to like break it down. So we took them step. So you have a goal of earning, say, 100 grand in a year. So 100 grand a year. Okay, that's good. Divided by 12. Okay, that is good. That's the reverse engineering process. So you divide by 12, you start, okay, that is monthly, it's about eight plus, eight and a half thousand or so that you need to earn every month. Okay, great. Now you break that down. How much do you want to be earning a week? About 2 grand every week. Great. Okay. 2 grand every week. So that 2 grand every week, how much do you want to be earning? Do you want to have the full 7 days or the 5 days? These are questions that we should be asking ourselves. Is it within, you want to like chill on Friday, on Saturday and Sunday, or it doesn't matter, just let it go. But the good thing about digital entrepreneurship is that it is the whole 7 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, but for brick and mortar, 5 days stops, 6 days, because you need to relax on Sunday. You get. So this is what we do with the reverse engineering stuff.
Yes.
You get. So you break the huge tax or the huge goal, and just it makes it more easier. You feel relieved when you do that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you feel relieved. Okay, so I just need to make £250, $250 every day. That is good.
Yes.
You get. So with this kind of mind shift thing, you start asking better questions of yourself. Then when you get your plan locked down, now realistically,
yes,
you don't start, I'm going to the moon, or I want to become a pilot in 30 days. If it's possible, I don't know, but I believe it's going to take more time to become a pilot in 30 days. But there are some very realistic things that you know that you can actually achieve.
yes.
And you know, one thing is progress, according to who? Tony Robbins, progress equals happiness. So the more you start taking action towards the goals that you've set for yourself, you become happy. And the more you keep on doing, you become happier. You keep on doing, you become happier. You keep on doing, you become happier. It might take less than the set time. It might take longer. But when you're in the process, you become happy. So the process becomes the thing for you, not really the goal. Because when you get to the goal, you set another one. You get to that goal, you set another one. So, but the process that you go on, that is the responsibility aspect.
Yes.
You get. So extreme ownership of your vision because it is yours. You know, I mostly tell my clients that, you know what, your vision is like can be likened to a new mom. She just had a baby. You get, and she will do everything humanly possible to make sure that the baby is well fed, the baby is well cared for, the health of the baby is great. You get, and she does everything possible to make sure that everything looks good for the baby, even to her own detriment. But I won't like, I won't like recommend to your own detriment. But you know the kind of, I'm just talking about extreme ownership. If there's no milk, she will walk 10 miles to go and get milk, and she will knock each shop. Even if it's at midnight, she will make sure she will go and wake the owner of the shop to go and give because her baby needs milk. So that is the type of extreme ownership that it is your vision, it is your baby. So you need to actually own it. Get whatever help, whatever support that you need to own it. That's where I come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, to break these steps of accountability and to make sure that, look, this thing is yours. It is the client-driven process. It is yours. You can't. A new mom will not be motivated to feed her baby. You know that.
Yes.
A new mom will not be motivated to take the baby for a walk because it's an innate it is normal for her to like actually take care of the baby. So that is your vision for you. So when you have this vision, there's no need for an alarm because the vision is like you're thinking about this and you get excited, because if you're not excited about your vision, there's no point.
Exactly.
So that's where people start like stalling and procrastinating, and because it is not really what you actually want. But if it's what you actually want, you would actually do it.
Yes.
I enjoy podcasting. I
Yes.
enjoy sharing my story, and I enjoy bringing tips and strategies to people that are in the diaspora. I started doing podcasting, but I knew that the structure that I want is not actually the way. I knew that there was something that is missing, so I had to like go and get an extra support.
Oh, okay.
To give me proper structure.
Yes.
I wasn't told, I did not procrastinate or like let things slide. No, because this is what I actually wanted. It is my vision, it's my dream to become a vessel that can share strategies, tips to diasporans around the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent. And that's a very important point too, Victor. If you're not excited about your vision, there's no congruency there.
At all.
Yeah, exactly. You need to be very congruent. And I think that also takes some self-awareness for you to understand what you really want. And then I think the first part of that 4-step accountability process, identification, is probably, if not the most important one, because that's pretty much your why of why you're doing something, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I like how you broke it down into 4 simple steps. It's really good. So excellent. And Victor, one of the things you're also very known for is mindset. You have a really solid mindset. And I wanted to point out for others who are just starting to try to get their lives together, whether it's financially or just having a routine during the day just to feel more productive. If someone is starting out, how can they take small steps without spending too much money on really getting their mindset more solid and enriching their life? If there's just like one little tip that they don't have to spend so much time and money on, just to kind of start off, something that they can take immediate action on. It could be like journaling. Would you recommend journaling, reading a certain amount of books during the week? Any type of habit that you can see that's really beneficial.
I would say, if you already know what you want, is to join a network, a circle. If you know what you want, join a circle. Join the circle that serves that particular purpose. Because I've tried a lot of things, but joining a circle, a network of people, even if it's paid. In short, I recommend paid. Paid does not mean you have to pay $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Paid can be as little as $10 a month.
Yeah.
Just to be in the right circle, know what you want and be in the right circle. A lot of things can happen from there. Because if you start journaling, you can just keep journaling, and most of the things that happens to us is this self-talk.
Yeah.
In our mind, on our mindset, this negative self-talk. When we start like talking to ourselves and we keep reinforcing our negative beliefs on ourselves.
Yes.
You get, because the easiest confrontation you could get is me and you having a confrontation right now. But the hardest one is the one that you have in your head. So I would say this first step, or the easiest thing you can do, is to join a circle.
Yes.
Of like mind. If you know what you want, join a circle that serves that particular purpose. And there are so many. You can Google them, you can Facebook, you just see something that serves that particular niche, if I may use that word.
Yeah. That's probably the most unexpected and best answer I've gotten, actually, because it just emphasizes just how important having a team is, and other people who can enforce the values and the congruency of your vision. So that's a really powerful thing. And I'm also happy how you said sometimes you're going to have to pay for it, because a lot of free stuff don't give you that. It doesn't give you that responsibility or push. When something's free, you're not really, I notice a lot of free programs that people get, they never really do it just because it's free. There's no skin in the game, you know?
Yeah, there's no skin. That is the word to use. There's no skin in the game, because if there's skin in the game, you pay attention.
Yes. And that's why money is really energy. I can see how money is energy, because the second you start investing in something, more of your time and focus goes into it. Victor,
that's absolutely correct.
Yeah, excellent. And you know what? Being an entrepreneur, you really have to have some self-leadership, because you're coaching people as well as living. You're also living what you're preaching. You're living what you're teaching other people. What characteristics do you think are most important for a leader? And are leaders better to be feared or liked? Or is there a balance?
I think the second question, I think there should be a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there should be a balance. It's not that leaders should be loved. Leaders should be an element of fear. But that thin line should be well balanced. Sometimes it tilts towards one side and tilts to the other side. So, but for me, one of the most important qualities of a leader or self-leading or leading yourself is to know that you don't know everything. You get so, and that ability to keep learning, because ideas come from everywhere.
Yes.
You get so, keep learning is, to me, is one of the most important skill a leader could display. Always learning, constant learning, opening yourself up for more ideas to coming from anybody, be it on top, be it below, whatever it is, however ranked you are as a leader. I would subscribe to a leader who keeps learning, who keeps improving themselves. Because if you have an opinion that if you have an opinion 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and you still have the same opinion today, that means there's nothing
challenging.
nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed. But you still need to re-emphasize. If you're still on that stand, you should be able to say, okay, progress notes.
Yes.
This is what I've learned, which reinforces that same position that I have.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is that constant learning, I would say.
Excellent. Constant learning. Excellent. Victor, I also want to ask you, do you have a daily routine? And if you do have a daily routine, what is one habit that is the most beneficial to you? Whether it's waking up very early in the morning, having a cup of coffee, doing a stretch, listening to something in the morning. Is there any particular daily routine that you have?
The daily routine that I'm seeing huge progress on in my life is to have a notebook. So where I try as much as possible to write my to-dos, my weekly plans. I try as much as possible to have them written the next day. Not just have, you can have a plan for the whole week, but there's something about writing it down for tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, it gives you, I don't know, I can't explain it, but the way it makes me feel is that, okay, when I wake up in the morning, I am confident that today is, the day is mine. But if I don't write them, say by one thing or the other, I don't write them. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, where am I going to start from? Where am I going to start from?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but if I write them down, okay, I'm confident, I'm coming out, okay, I'm so chilled out to just go in and just do my stuff and back out. So that is one habit that I am trying to be more consistent on.
Yes. Yes.
I would say I'm perfectly doing that, because if I'm perfectly doing that, that means, but I'm constantly every day, because I'm seeing results and it's making me feel good.
Yes. Yes. Excellent. Thank you. Victor, how do you unwind from a busy day? How do you really unwind? How do you get into that relaxation mode? Do you have a relaxation mode?
Yeah, I do have it. Actually, I'm a happy person.
Extremely
I
happy.
am.
I
I,
know.
I am extremely happy. So I have music.
Mm.
I'm not a big exercise guy,
Yeah.
but I like walking.
Yes.
Yeah, I like walking. And last month I joined the challenge of doing 100 push-ups a day.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, 100 push-ups a day. And I pushed myself to the limit, and I started doing like 45 push-ups a day on a stretch.
Yes. Yes.
So instead of, at first I was doing like 10 reps of 10, 10, 10 each. So when I pushed on the third week, I was doing like 2 reps. The third rep, so okay, let me not just stop at doing 10. I'll just like push it to like 20.
Yeah.
So my relaxation mode is, if I want to push it, Netflix. Or yeah, I'm pushing it. So I try not to, like, I have books that I read.
Yes.
I have audio books. I have paperback that I read. I really, really enjoy reading them. There's this book that I'm reading right now, which is this.
Yes.
I'm reading
Okay.
right now. I'll say you need it as well.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, it is an amazing book. It tells you everything you need. So I enjoy that, because of what I'm doing right now, which is I'm building my coaching program to be more tight. I'm just listening to some audiobooks that really, really empowers me, and to know more about human performance and why some people actually go beyond the limit, and like they feel like Superman. You get, so I'm reading that book now. I'm listening to that book called the Rise of Superman.
Yeah.
So an audiobook. So these are stuff that I use to like relax and unwind. If I'm tired now, I just like plug my phone, my earpod,
Yes.
and I go for a walk. I can walk an hour, 2. It doesn't matter to me. You get, so these are some of the few things that I use to like unwind.
Yes. And your unwind is very productive. It's very productive. Excellent. Thank you. Victor, I want to thank you so much. And, for the last part of the interview, I have a few words I'm going to say. And when I say the word, I want you to you can say the immediate word that pops in your head, or you can say a short phrase. So I have a list of a few words, and you have to say the first word that pops in your head when you hear it, or you can say a short phrase.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship.
Freedom.
Value.
Alignment.
Passion.
Power.
Brand.
You.
Love.
The universe.
Music.
Freedom.
Community.
Life.
Food.
Health.
Give.
Give.
Team.
Makes everything looks easy.
Excellent, Victor. Thank you. Excellent. Those are some of the best answers. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Victor, I want to thank you for coming on Acquire Simplicity. It's always an honor for you to be on. You're definitely you're definitely a mentor to me, and an amazing friend. And I want to ask, Victor, how can people contact you? How can they connect with you on social media? And can you just give us some of the ways that we can connect with you?
Okay, I'm on Facebook. LinkedIn, Instagram.
Okay. Yes.
As Victor Oscioh.
Yes.
On Instagram at Victor Oscioh, on LinkedIn as Victor Oscioh, on Facebook Victor Oscioh.
Yes.
So, and also my webpage is the diasporachiefs.com.
Okay.
So you can go there. We have some free content that you can actually you can download for free.
Oh, excellent. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Those are on your website.
Yeah, on my website, diasporachiefs.com.
Okay. And Victor, you're on Instagram as your full name, Victor Oscioh?
Yes, Victor Oscioh, the Diaspora Chiefs.
Yes. And that's Victor.
Yeah.
Oscioh, Osioh.
That's correct. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Victor, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast, and I'm definitely looking forward to having you again on in the future. So I want to thank you today, and I want to wish you the best. Thank you so much, Victor.
Thank you very much, Francis, for having me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, then. Bye.